the intricate web that connects the cell through a lens of rare disease. I'm thrilled to embark with you on this journey. According to the National Institute of Health, there are over 10,000 rare diseases. A rare disease is defined in the U.S. as a health a rare disease is defined in the U.S. as one in which less than 200,000 people and in the European Union, it is defined as being one with fewer than 2,000 people. Because rare conditions span the entire world and much bigger than the Medical Nutrition Equity Act, I want to expand my podcast to include the conditions that aren't part of the MNEA. This is why I am switching the focus and changing the name of my podcast to Rare Connection. Let's see. In this space, we delve into the depths of rare diseases, illuminating their unique challenges, triumphs, and most importantly, the connection they forge among us from the seemingly disparate threads and various conditions. We uncover the common humanity of that binds us together. Why rare connections, you might wonder? Well, much like the mesmerizing stripes of a zebra, which serve as a symbol of rare diseases, in the medical world, our podcast aims to highlight the beauty of and complexity of the interconnected stories, just as each zebra possesses its own distinct pattern. Every individual affected by a rare disease has a unique narrative to share. Throughout our episodes, we will navigate through the statistic and facts surrounding rare diseases, shedding light on the prevalence, impact, and urgent need for greater awareness and understanding. And beyond the numbers, we'll explore the human element, stories of resilience, hope, and solidarity that emerge from the rare disease community. So join me as we embark on the journey to discover compassion and connection together. Let's unravel the mysteries of rare disease and celebrate the bonds that unite us in our shared humanity. Welcome to Rare Connection, where every voice and every connection matters. Welcome. Can you share your personal journey with heredity with HCU? What led you to the diagnosis, and how has the condition impacted your life?
Myself, I was diagnosed because I couldn't see when I was 5 years old. So I went to see a specialist who diagnosed there was something wrong, and they sent me to my doctor to be diagnosed with. So I found out I was 5 years old.
Okay. And so what made them test for it?
because they saw something wrong with the eyes. That's why. And they diagnosed with a blood test, and I found out I did have it. Nobody knew it before because it was my first one in my family who had it. It was me.
As a retired patient, what challenges do you face in managing HCU throughout the life and throughout your life, and how did you overcome them?
Well, at one point I had a blood clot, which I didn't know, because I had thought because of my asthma. I didn't go to the hospital for 4 days, and thanks God I went to the hospital after that, because the guy told me I could have died at a very young age. So that was like 10, 15 years ago. But after that, I was fine after the medications and stuff. But it's always follow medications. Whatever the doctor says it is, that's what it is you have to take.
Mm-hmm. Can you explain to listeners about what HCU is and how it differs from other rare diseases?
HCU, to me, I know it's everybody else has different ideas, but it's a very important diagnosis so they could understand what's going on. Then they'll explain what medications, what do you have to do, because everybody's different, medication-wise. And for diagnosis, it's life-changing. You have to just keep following it. Doesn't matter what.
Mm. So what are your symptoms?
My symptoms were the eyesight. I have a lot of other problems, but the eyesight was the main one. I still struggle with it because of problems I had because of my sickness. I have nearsighted, also got farsighted at the same time. In one eye I can't see since the operations even properly.
Mm.
That's about it for me for that.
So just your vision is the only thing that's affected right now?
Right now, for me, it's the vision.
Mm-hmm.
But we're learning, like, I have to find out what's going on with my balance. They never heard somebody at my age have balance issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know you're one of the older of the patients with HCU also.
That's right.
Do you mind saying how old you are?
I'm 55 years old.
Let's see. What are some what misconceptions do people often have about HCU, and what do you wish more people understood about the condition?
It's to read up. If you're not sure, just keep reading up, because I know I have friends who don't believe in this. Like, yeah, you just have to eat properly. It's not true. Mm-hmm. It's not eating properly. It's what we could digest. Otherwise, you get blood clots. It's not worth getting blood clots, from my experience. Since I could say it. It's not worth being able to breathe. People don't understand it. More people need to be educated for sure with this.
Mm-hmm. Have you had a stroke as a reason?
Not strokes. I had blood clots. That's all.
Oh, okay. So blood clots, depending on
for me,
different things, but it's
heart
attack.
And the lungs.
No, embolism.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. How has your experience with HCU shaped your perspective on healthcare advocacy and patient empowerment?
I think it's very important. And to answer that, honestly, it's talk to people. If you're not sure, there's communities to look out for on Facebook, social events, social stuff that could form this to get better, to help you through this too. That's what I found. If you're not alone, you don't feel alone ever. Because I know most people will feel alone, and it's a struggle to go through it at the beginning to get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
The community's out there to help.
So could you tell us about any support networks or resources you have been particularly helpful to you, or just someone living with HCU?
Support is talking to doctors, and also on Facebook, because there's doctors don't even know everything. We're trying to find links together. I find that could help maybe diagnose, hopefully in the future, more things about homocystinuria. The doctor's a good resource. If you can't work, they're able to help you with the situation. Like if, for example, you can't travel by regular bus because you get sick very easily, because the immune system goes very down with me. I had to find a way to get to my doctor's appointment, so they gave me something here in Canada. They have a transporte, so that I get to my appointments. I won't be overtired and get sick. So that was a very good resource for me, besides the Facebook and meeting people who have it. And supporting each other is very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
Through this. Ask questions if you don't know. There's always resources to find out, like Facebook, social places, anything that's social. You could do research, read up always about it.
Mm-hmm. One thing I didn't think to ask you, what's your tolerance as far as protein?
I'm about 2 grams of protein.
Per day or
per day.
So to someone understand how much, so can you explain like what 2 grams of protein looks like?
2 grams is not much. It's about that much, I would say, approximately a day. So it's not much at all.
Let's see. So are the medical foods or the formula covered in Canada?
Yes, it is. In Canada, it is. But in the U.S., I know it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not. We are fighting for that. And it is just now getting reintroduced into Congress. And so the House has already been reintroduced, but the Senate, we're waiting on. Let's see. In your opinion, what are the most pressing issues facing the rare disease community today, and how can individuals and society work towards addressing them?
It's very important to address them. It is. You could find researchers in your community or your province to find out there's resources to help you. That's very important, I found.
Any particular resources that that you think are helpful?
Doctors, the governments, keep fighting through things till you get through things. It's a fight for life. It's your life, or you're gonna have dying. So it's not worth the dying.
Let's see. In your opinion, what's the most pressing issue facing the rare disease community today, and how can individuals and society work towards addressing?
It's very important. Otherwise, we're never going to get anywhere in life, either with foods or going through things. It's always finding resources. It's extremely important, I find.
Mm-hmm. advice would you give to someone who is living with HCU or other rare diseases, and as well as their caregivers and loved ones?
It's going to the meetings with them to understand what they could eat, what they can't eat. Also, the fact that there's Facebook, there's community there just for people with homocystinuria and other diseases to help you through this. Because I know there's a beginning, there's not many researchers. When I was young, there's hardly anything. Now there's more and more researchers popping up, which is good.
So can you name off some of those resources?
Like I said, it was Facebook, and people I met on Facebook who told me about the communities. There's your group in the States. There's somebody else's group in there on Facebook that could help you out through the struggles and stuff too. And make sure you take the right stuff, because I think the groups are very helpful.
Yeah.
Even if you don't feel like it, it's very extremely helpful. Mm-hmm. So you don't feel alone, though.
That's a huge part of it. Most rare diseases do have some sort of a psychological aspect to them. Because
also, you could get depression too from it.
Did you go through any of the psychological?
You feel alone. Some people feel depressed.
Yeah. Have you gone through any of the?
Some of it, but I didn't know till it was later.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the depression I had, but I had developed as a teen that bit, but I never admitted it to anybody till later.
Mm-hmm.
So I go see a doctor for that. He specializes in my health problems, so she helped me through it.
Are there recent advancements or promising research developments in the field of HCU that you find particularly exciting or encouraging?
There's always a new stuff coming out. And always, it takes longer in Canada than the States to get things, unfortunately, but there are always advancements. Mm-hmm. We didn't have the HCU pills until later. 2 years later, which helped my homocysteines go down a lot.
Which pills are you talking about?
HCU pills.
Oh, you mean the Easy Tabs?
Yes, Easy Tabs.
Okay, so that's a formula replacement.
Yes, that helped a lot.
Mm-hmm. Are there any trials going on in Canada?
Not that I know of. I could be wrong, because there's always people who know much better than you sometimes. But you could find out. You could ask doctors. You could ask people in the communities. They'll know more than you sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Finally, how do you envision the future of the rare disease awareness and advocacy, and what role do you hope to play in shaping it?
I'm hoping things will change and with over time, and that with talks and talk about how we feel, we could change things. It's not easy, but we're going to keep persisting on things. We have to keep talking to people and do stuff so we don't never feel alone, and that hopefully the governments will change things. About how we feel, we could change things. It's not easy, but we're going to keep persisting on things. We have to keep talking to people and do stuff so we don't never feel alone, and that hopefully the governments will change things.
HCU has underscored the importance. As we draw our conversation to a close, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Jenifer for sharing her inspiring journey with us today. Through her openness and advocacy, she has shed light on the realities of living with classical homocystinuria, and has underscored the importance of awareness and support and resilience within the rare disease community. Jenifer, you encourage your courage, strength, and unwavering commitment to raising awareness for HCU are truly commendable. Your story serves as a beacon of hope and inspiration for individuals facing similar challenges around the world. To our listeners, thank you for joining us in this episode of Rare Connection. I hope Jenifer's insights have deepened your understanding of HCU and highlighted the profound impact of rare diseases on individuals and families. Remember, each story shared, each connection made brings us one step closer to building a more compassionate and inclusive world for all together. Let's continue to foster understanding and support advocacy, and for this 1 out of 10 or 30 million people in the U.S. and 1 out of 12 or 3 million affected by rare diseases in Canada. These statistics come from the National Institute of Health for the United States. The Canadian ones come from the Canadian Organization for Rare Diseases. Be sure to tune in next time as we explore more stories, connections, insights, and on rare disease on the Rare Connection podcast. Until then, stay connected, stay informed, and above all, stay inspired. Alone we are rare, together we're mighty. And so, until then, stay connected. So thank you for listening, and thanks.